What's up, everybody? Rusty Buckets of the $2 Sports Show here with your post-game balance of what started out as a promising game for the Memphis Grizzlies, who led by as much as 11 in the first half, ultimately fall to the Boston Celtics 117-103 in another must-win game that we just couldn't get over the hump. First and foremost, shout out to Pete Pranica. Great night seeing him on the broadcast for TNT. It was super cool to see one of our own get that national nod. So salute to you, Pete. It wasn't the same without you, Brev. Be glad to get you both back on the call tomorrow night against the Warriors. But it was awesome to see Pete get showcased to a national audience like that. So again, hats off to Pete Pranica. From a player standpoint, Ja had 26. He was much more engaged tonight for the entirety of the game. The energy's back. He was dancing at the free throw line. He was up and down the court, playing defense, getting to the rim, attacking, kind of being Ja of old. And it felt like one of those nights where Demon Ja was going to come back and pull this game out for us. But it was a tale of two halves. The second half did not hold up well. More on that here in a minute. Jaren with the double-double, career high, 15 rebounds tonight for Jaren, for the extra for the nerds who say he never rebounds and that's what's holding him back and he needs to be traded for that. 20 and 15 for the big fella tonight. One of only three Memphis Grizzlies with positive plus-minus. One of these is not like the other. Jaren with a +3, Luke with a +6, and Vince with a +1. Jaren with the double-double tonight. Santi, your minute leading getter for the Memphis Grizzlies, had 21 points and 8 boards, 4 assists tonight for the Grizzlies. Your game high scores being Al Horford turning back the clock. He tied Ja Morant with 26 points. He ended up going 6 of 13 from 3. Had a big night for the Florida grad whose team is playing in the Final Four coming up this weekend. Jason Tatum had 25 and 14 and was just another methodical night for him. He's so good offensively, so good defensively. Just Jason Tatum's an absolute stud and showcased that tonight. But for the Grizzlies, Scottie Pippen Jr. continues to play well to be pesky on defense. He had one steal tonight to go along with 3 assists off the bench for the Grizzlies. I don't understand why we even play Luke Kennard anymore, a.k.a. Kardio Kennard, just out there running up and down the floor. My guy's Fitbit is going off, getting his steps in, but he's just not contributing to winning basketball. In the last 2 games, he's played 41 minutes, and he has exactly 1 point. 1 point and 1 rebound. Both of those recorded tonight against the Celtics. What are we even doing? Like, he's an untradeable asset now because he won't shoot. He's one of the best three-point shooters of all time, but I'm going to put out an all-points bulletin, ABP for him, because I don't know where he's at. Like, where did he go? I don't know what happened to Luke Kennard of January. Oh, that's right. We don't play the Hornets every night. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Luke, if you're listening, brother, shoot the ball. Come on, bro, shoot the ball. Our 2 best three-point shooters tonight go a combined 1 of 5 tonight. You got Desmond Bane, who finished the night 1 of 5. Luke Kennard went 0 for 0. Yeah, you heard that right. 0 for 0, Luke Kennard off the bench. I don't get it. Kardio Kennard, get off my basketball team. Desmond Bane, pedestrian night, 12 points, 12 points, 2 boards, 3 assists. Not a great night from Des. He attacked a little bit, but it just felt like we were forcing a lot. We're facing the Boston Celtics, who shoot the most threes in the league this year, night in and night out. Once again, going over the 50 mark, shooting 62 three-pointers tonight, making 21 of them for 33%. The Grizzlies, 11 for 44, 25%. Hot take, I don't think we have any business shooting three-pointers at that kind of rate. I think we caught the bug from Boston, and if you try and outshoot Boston, you will lose probably 8 times out of 10. Tonight they hit just under 34% from 3, which is not a great night for them. They're a volume team, and so they're going to shoot a ton. And we just don't have the dogs to keep up with that. We're not a three-point shooting team, and it's frustrating watching us dominate in the paint where we outscored them 56-32, and late in the game just go away from that. We had wasted possession after wasted possession. We know we can't shoot with Boston. I don't understand why we're not pounding the paint, getting inside, getting in on Horford and Porzingis and getting them in foul trouble. Because that's where you can get Boston, is you get in the paint. Like, they don't have a big bruiser down low. Horford's more finesse. Porzingis is made of paper mache. And those guys are, Porzingis is a plus defender, but you can get him in foul trouble. And Jaren needs to be a part of the offense. Once again, we're 6 years into this experiment. Taylor's gone, but we're still making some of the same mistakes where there's times where We don't have Jod, Jaren, or Dez on the court. And I still don't understand why we're doing that. But when one of those guys are in the game, the offense needs to follow through them every single possession. And there were stretches late in the third, early in the fourth, where it was just Jaren on the floor, and we were electing for Santi Aldama threes. No offense, Santi, but that's not your shot, man. Like Patrick Ewing says, is that your shot? Do you practice that shot when Jaren's on the court? Like the offense needs to flow through 13 at that point, and I feel like we just didn't give him enough touches in the paint. We're not going to match Boston shot for shot from behind the arc. We're just not. We're more of a paint scoring team, and they can get you a bunch of possessions because, again, they shot 62 threes, and they made, 21 of them. So there was a lot of opportunities to get the ball and run and get down the court and get a layup, get a two, get a bunny, get inside the paint and start chipping away at that lead. But instead, we were taking deep John Morant threes, Santi Aldama threes, no Luke Kennard threes. And we just shot ourselves out of the game. We had an opportunity to make up ground in that fourth quarter. It was a winnable game in the fourth quarter late. We went on a run, 8-0 run, just attacking, getting downhill. Boston calls a timeout and comes out on a 7-0 run because we just keep trying to shoot threes at that point because I don't know. I honestly don't have a great answer for that. Like, I don't know why we didn't just keep getting downhill. 10 turnovers tonight. I guess that's the silver lining. We didn't turn the ball over a ton against a team who is a good defensive team with Drew Holiday and Derek White, two of the best defending guards in the league. The effort was there. We were engaged. We were locked in. Again, we had an opportunity to win this game late. We pulled it within a couple of possessions late in the fourth quarter, and it felt like, all right, we're making our run. We're going to make this happen. And again, Boston goes on that 7-0 run. They're just more talented than us. They're just deeper than us. We didn't have the dogs tonight. We didn't have enough depth tonight. We're still making mistakes. Again, T.I., Isalo's in such a bad Isalo, however you say it. I'm a kid from North Mississippi. I'm gonna struggle with that for a while. He's in a bad situation, right? He's inherited a team with bad habits, who doesn't play good defense, who is outmatched from a talent standpoint tonight. But the effort was there. We hustled. We played hard early. We had an opportunity to win this game late. We just couldn't pull it out. I feel like the Grizzlies shot themselves out of the game tonight, again, attempting 44 threes tonight, trying to keep up with one of the highest volume three-point shooting teams in the league, and it's just not going to work. The Memphis Grizzlies saw that tonight. Hopefully we learn, because tonight, while it sucked and we should have won, it's a must-win scenario, do or die for the Grizzlies, who are staring the play-in squarely in the face, more likely to end up in that 7-8 seed than ever before. We're a half game out of the 6th seed over the Warriors, who come to town tomorrow night. So we got an opportunity to go up a game and a half on the Warriors with 7 games left to play. But we're going to need to get in the paint, dominate, and do what we do. That's how we got to win tomorrow night. The Warriors come to the FedEx Forum for a 7 p.m. tip for playing for the 5th seed in the Western Conference playoff picture. You lose that game, and you are going to be about a half game ahead of the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are playing late tonight after my bedtime. Read about that one in the morning. You'll be a half game ahead of the T-Wolves and the Clippers for the play-in. We're, again, our floor at one point this season was 50 wins. And we did this to ourselves, losing the season series to Brooklyn and losing Chicago and the Trailblazers within the last month. Like, just completely unexcusable losses. But I was told it's just November. I'm not getting curmudgeon and grumpy tonight. It's past my bedtime already. But we got to win. Tomorrow night is a must-win that we've ever had all year. And that's tough when you got a new coach and you're trying to get things figured out, that you're going to press and you're going to force the ball. Hopefully not making mistakes against a Warriors team who is hot. 7-3 in their last 10. Coming to FedEx Forum on a 2-game winning streak as of this recording. We'll see what happens. You got to play your best basketball now, and that starts tomorrow night with the Warriors. Grizz lost tonight, but it could all be made right with a win tomorrow night over the Warriors. Go Grizz anyways. We'll see y'all tomorrow night.